And this is Shyne, my new Ibanez SRMS805. She was born August 2019 as part of the workshop series, and she arrived here a few months ago. Isn't she pretty? As you can see, she is a multi-scale 5-string. We have a 35.5-inch scale right here, and a standard 34-inch scale right here. Factory setup and tuning is a standard B with extended scale length 45 through 130 gauge strings from De Adario. Shyne played nearly perfect right out of the box. I have not had to make any adjustments whatsoever. Five-piece Jatoba walnut neck, 2 very hard woods, obviously for long-term stability and resonance. The fingerboard is made of panga, that's fun to say. 24 medium frets with what appears to be a space-age polymer for the inlays. I like her bridge. It has individual saddles for each string. The string spacing can be adjusted plus or minus 1.5 millimeters. It feels very comfy from the factory, but I'm sure this can drastically change the setup. I'll leave this alone. Her body is made of okaumi with a brilliant poplar burl top. They call this finish brown topaz burst. I feel this is an evolution of my old reddish-brown SR305. Here's another look at that okaumi body and poplar burl top. We have some passive Bartolini BH2s looking nice and angled, running through an active EQ. Here are controls for volume and pickup balance. Typically I keep it at a 60-40 split, meaning there's a little more at the bridge than at the neck. For all the LoneShark stuff or metal, I'll typically keep it at full bridge. We have a boost cut for the bass, and for the mids, and for the treble. I like to have a very slight cut in the mids. mid-frequency selection switch. Mine is set at 250, but you can also set it 450 and 700. Finally, there's an EQ bypass switch. When bypassed, the treble knob becomes the passive tone control. For LoneShark, I use drop D with a low G on the 5th string, so that would be G, D, A, D, G. Shyne handles this tuning remarkably well without any adjustments. If you were going to set up your bass for this tuning, I would recommend having a 45, 65, 80, 105, and 140. But since she spends most of her time in standard tuning, I'm just sticking with the stock string gauges, and that's that. This instrument is very comfy to play. The fret fanning seems to match the ergonomics of how the hands move across the fretboard or the fingerboard. Perhaps some might say the EQ is a bit complicated, while others might say it provides a tremendous amount of flexibility. For me, I like a more simple setup and utilize the amps EQ, but that's just me. So having the option to bypass the EQ is great. Plus, who doesn't love all the extra knobs and switches? Also, it begs the question, what about a fretless? Is multi-scale even necessary? I guess perhaps for string tension, it does make me wonder what other innovations will be coming out of the Ibanez workshop in the future. Finally, the value here is tremendous. You just can't get a bass like this with all of its craftsmanship from any other company at the price Ibanez is extending. My expectations have been exceeded. Very happy camper, and I'm looking forward to years of playing.